The Ninth Amendment of the United States Constitution is a part of the Bill of Rights and was ratified on December 15, 1791. The amendment serves as a catch-all provision to protect rights that are not specifically enumerated in the Constitution. It aims to prevent the government from expanding its powers at the expense of individual liberties. For context, the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by people. Context and interpretations. Unenumerated rights. The Ninth Amendment acknowledges that rights listed in the Constitution are not exalted. It suggests that people have other rights that may not be explicitly mentioned in the document. Constitutional interpretation. The amendment serves as a caution against a narrow interpretation of Constitution. It warns against assuming that any right not explicitly listed is automatically unprotected, retained by the people. The phrase retained by the people emphasizes that the source of these enumerated rights is the inherent dignity and freedom of individuals rather than a grant from the government. Legal cases and interpretations. The Ninth Amendment is rarely cited in Supreme Court decisions as a sole basis for protecting individual rights. However, it has been referenced in conjunction with other constitutional provisions to support a broader interpretation of individuals' liberties. For example, Griswold versus Connecticut, 1965. Roe versus Wade, 1973. In Griswold versus Connecticut, 1965, the court used the Ninth Amendment as part of its reasoning to recognize a constitutional right to privacy, even though such a right is not explicitly mentioned in the Constitution. Roe versus Wade, 73. While not directly based on the Ninth Amendment, the decision cited the amendment to support the idea that the Constitution protects a broader range of individual liberties, including the right to choose to have an abortion. More modern implications. The Ninth Amendment is also often invoked in debates about constitutional interpretation, particularly in discussions about originalism versus a living constitution approach. It serves as a reminder that the Constitution is not an exhaustive list of individual rights, and that the government should not infringe upon liberties just because they are not explicitly enumerated. In summary, the Ninth Amendment serves as a safeguard for new unenumerated rights, emphasizing that the absence of a specific mention in the Constitution does not mean a right is unprotected. It reflects the framers' understanding that individual liberties are broad and should not be restricted solely to what is listed in the Constitution. Basically, whatever right that you decide to make up, or whatever right, or if that right is not listed in the Constitution, you can still have that right protected, even though it is not listed in the Constitution.